Haven't seen you for so long. How are you?
I'm great.
Yeah?
What shall we talk about today?
The fly on your nose.
That's an interesting topic of conversation.
Today we are going to talk about a huge mistake that I've made.
Yes.
I am a video maker. I do this as a business, not just for fun. And in fact, the business has kind of taken the fun out of it. But I have not backed up my data. And what actually happened is that Windows crashed on me. So yeah, maybe I'm making two mistakes. One is I'm using Windows. And I don't think I can stop using Windows because I find Apple, in spite of the amazing results it produces, is such a foreign system to me that I would probably, I don't dare to go there. Plus it's outside of my budget. So I used Windows and then it crashed and it took with it my hard drive.
And so what did you lose?
I lost all of the video imagery and photographs of 2 clients that I haven't completed the work for. And I have been really stuck with it. It's been a while, and at first I thought, okay, I'll recover it, I'll research. I researched forever about recovery methods, and I've reached the point where I'm just going to have to go to another professional, an actual IT professional, who might or might not be able to help me.
What if you can't?
Well, it would be an exercise in letting go of I think more than anything it would be letting go of my maybe pride. Maybe it's about this sense of integrity, because I gave these people my word and I took images for them, and they in a way entrusted me with their material, with their words, with their everything. And then before I managed to actually deliver the results, I lost what I had. And no, it's not World 3, but it's on a personal level, on a professional level, it's for me it's devastating.
Yeah.
Because I find it very difficult to break people's trust. If I say to someone that they can trust me to do something for them, then I expect myself to be able to do it.
Yes.
So there's an expectation there.
Ah,
There's an expectation. You shouldn't have expectations, should you? Not even of yourself. No, actually, you know what? That's not true.
no, it's
I should be able to expect Windows to work, yes. I should be able to know that I should back up my stuff. That's like basic advice. Basic knowledge, isn't it? It's basic.
Yes, and I
Back
think,
up your data.
I think it's great that you learned to back up your data with such a small project.
It's not a small project. It's not a small project. No,
Can
it's
you
not a
imagine
multi-million
if you're
dollar
doing a-
project. Okay, fair enough. But money is not the only thing that makes something big or small. And for me it is just as important. Well, I'm still hoping that I would be able to retrieve the information, but I don't treat it lightly.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember. And you know what? If one day in a sci-fi world, in a world where plastic is no longer an issue and humans have actually gone through the whole global warming phase and all that sort of, and we're past disasters.
Yes.
In a world where we're past ecological disasters and
Yes.
war and all that.
Yeah.
And they actually have some understanding that we're actually biological computing machines. And then telepathy would be developed enough that just with my eyes I could film and edit, and then I could download the visions from my brain onto the consciousness of whoever wants to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Am I making sense so far?
Yeah.
So in a world like that, first we would need to we would need to invent a way to back up our own minds.
Yes, we still wouldn't be able to lose that that rule and back up your
Unless we would be so enlightened that we would know that it doesn't really matter. That your memories eventually will be lost. That the only real data that's collected universally is beyond hardware and beyond software and beyond even biology. I mean, yes, in our DNA there's a lot of heritage, there's a lot of memory. But even that stays, it slowly changes.
Well, I think when we get to that stage of enlightenment, we won't be human anymore.
Really?
I think this is
What will we be?
some kind of angelic being.
Really?
It seems like humans, core part of human nature is creativity, is building things and making things and changing the world, leaving a change behind you.
Yeah, but they reckon that creativity is a godly thing as well, isn't it? I mean, all the Judeo-Christian, yeah. The attitude is that there is a creative side to whatever it is, the divine, supreme, I don't know, spirit.
So you can create things and not care what happens to you.
Maybe care is a dangerous word there, but maybe you can create things and allow them to have their own life.
Well, in that
choices.
case, perhaps you would be creating worlds that can grow and develop and go beyond anything that you've dreamed of yourself.
In that world where we're all telepathic
Yes.
and our
Yes.
minds just put things in the ether.
You wouldn't just be telling stories, you would be making a world where a story can happen.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Would you like to do that with movies? To create a kind of world and then have other people tell stories in your world?
Well, that would really fit with the trends of today's virtual reality and games, which are already kind of doing it. You already have a lot of influence on what you do in there. No.
No,
No,
not your thing.
not yet. Not at this point. No, I would like to tell stories that have a frame. I would like to tell framed stories. What would you like to tell? Would you like to tell a framed story or a vague story? A story that has any that has open possibilities, like those books, those books that you can, if you want to do it this way, you go to page 72, and if you want to do it that way, you go to page 51. These books that have a lot of possibilities in them.
That's one option, but I was actually thinking about something else, which is, say, if you take something like The Lord of the Rings, or The Matrix, or Star Wars, they told a story, but they also created a world, a concept of what this world was like, where these people were living in this story. And other people are inspired to tell stories in that same world. And so you get spin-off stories about the Star Wars world that are not written by the actual creators of Star Wars. And the same with The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and they're still framed stories, but they're inside a world that's already been invented.
Yeah, and then your world becomes something that inspires others to create as well.
But I'm Reality Strikes. My world is reality. It's already there.
Yes.
It's already been invented. Possibly by me. Okay, no, I don't. So, think about it, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
You know my car does that? When I press the button for my car to open, it has central locking. So when I press it to open, the lights flicker twice. And when I press it to lock, it flickers only once, one long on off. And it took me a really long time to remember which one is which, because for me the long one is hi and the short one is bye bye. The two short ones.
But it's the other way around.
But it's the other way around. So I had to sort of invent a new association with it, and I decided that the double one is hello, hello, and and the second one is bye. Reality Strikes.